Everybody, welcome back. Great to have you with us tonight on KernHighNetwork.com. Exclusive live coverage of high school sports here in the Kern High School District. What a pleasure to have you all watching tonight. We're at Golden Valley. We're at East High School, the Blades visiting the Bulldogs of Golden Valley. Varsity boys first, and followed immediately after that by varsity girls, a doubleheader. Tonight on camera, it is not K-Dub1, Kevin Willey. It is not the incomparable Julian Wilson. It is the one and only, the effervescent, the supernova himself, the one and you know what? I'm going to let you. And the reason I'm going to let you introduce him is because you work very closely with him. I'll give you the honors tonight. First of all, let's bring in K-Dub2, Kyle Wiley.
You know, beyond all of that, he is the man behind the scenes that is really showcasing the things that our students are doing well. He puts a lot of time, a lot of energy. He is the creator of the Achieve magazine. He is the one that really, the artistic direction, everything you think of. Javier Valdez, excited to have you with us tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it up. If you've seen an Achieve magazine, if you have read that, that is his child right here, the Achieve magazine. He does a great job. He also duels as a photographer, and he trios as a filmographer right here, as we can see right there. But excited to have Javier with us tonight, helping us out.
Hey, there are two parts about why we're so happy to have him here tonight. First of all, he'll have the 33%. He will have his vote for the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. I think that has him more nervous than putting a publication together for the entire county.
Which scares him more than anything.
And the second thing is, if he messes up tonight, you'll never see him. He's behind the camera. All right, let's get serious. Javier, great to see you tonight, buddy. Hey, what a choice you made tonight. East High at Golden Valley. Give us the premise.
You know, we originally on our schedule were able to have the girls game because you talk about two premier talents. We're going to see that later on tonight. But it just happened that early in the season, East High had it's called Hoop Coming. It's like a homecoming, but for the basketball season. And then able to have both guys and girls here tonight so they can take part. And I said, hey, why not we do both guys and girls as we finish off this SYL? And very, very intriguing for these guys. Both teams, I can say this, are loaded with football players that are also basketball players.
Nice.
They're gritty and tough, and they cause a lot of problems for those teams. They were kind of the wild card team in the SYL that you had to be ready to play East High and Golden Valley every night because you never knew if they could sneak in a win or do something because of the athleticism. We're going to see, names that you and I called this year, from Carl Jones on Golden Valley to Richard Lara, the quarterback at East High. I mean, we got a lot of different, players that are going to impact this game and look at it. But if we're looking at this game, for East High, you got to pay attention to number 1, Sebastian Marin. He's averaging about 9 points. And you also got to look at Richard Lara, the junior quarterback that you saw on the football team. He's putting about 7 points together. For Golden Valley, you're going to have to look at Daniel Betker, who's averaging about 10 points. But the guy, I think, for both sides that you got to look at is number 5, Trayvon Perry for the Golden Valley Bulldogs. He's putting up about 17, 18 points a game, which he's one of the preeminent scorers of Kern County. Javier, if you want to get, onto the court right there so we can take a look at these two teams as they're warming up, both the East High Golden Valley Bulldogs.
Kyle, and thank you for that intro and thanks for the preview. Before we get too far into the evening, because this boys game is going to start here in a moment, our nightcap, the girls game, doubleheader there. Wow.
Yeah, we're talking about, the 3 girls that are among the top 5 in the whole city. You can't talk about East High if you don't talk about Nene. And we covered her last year in a few games, and we looked at those games and had a lot of talent. But this year she's really kind of exploded on the scene with a big 52-point game, which was 3rd all-time in the Central Section. It was pretty amazing to look at. And in that game, she ended up having a triple-double. But I tell you what, Golden Valley's got 2 girls of their own, Lisa Brumfield and Taja Holiday Ball, that are they took an Independence team that's ranked currently number 3 in Division I into overtime and almost beat them. And for Golden Valley, they're kind of looking right now at either that 2 or 3 seed in Division III. And right now, East High girls basketball is ranked number 1 in Division V. So this is a high-profile game to look at with a lot of talent.
Nick Ellis on duty tonight. He's on the east baseline directionally, and I guess literally on the east baseline.
Yeah.
Down there, back to the wall, ready to go. Take some great photos for us. Nick's doing an awesome job. He and Javier have worked in chorus together on a lot of things, so it's A great night here at Golden Valley. We were just here last Friday night. We'll talk about that during some dead ball situations or halftime.
Yeah.
We can talk about the girls wrestling match that was here earlier. And tomorrow night we have a barn burner over at VHS when Liberty Boys get together over there against the Drillers. But what we like to do here on KernHighNetwork.com, as always, is when it's that time, we step out for a moment and we enjoy our national anthem with you. We're not there exactly just yet, but again, welcome to KernHighNetwork.com. Pleasure to have all of you with us. Vance Palm, Kyle Wiley, and of course, our main man, Javier. Great to have him here tonight. So
he actually loves all this attention we're giving to him.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, especially when we had him in, remember we had him in volleyball where we called him out too, and I showed him the video the next day. He absolutely loved it. Trolling him on live stream. It's definitely the best thing.
Coaching staffs understand the importance of a game like tonight, a doubleheader where they're the opening act for the powerhouse girl teams, and they know that it's being live streamed. They know that everything they do is going to be watched. And let's listen into the public address announcer.
Bulldogs. We're going to start with a starting lineup for the East High Blades. Number 1, Sebastian Marin.
It actually looks right now, VP, that they're going to do the starting lineups. They may do national anthem a little bit later on.
Number 11, Adrian Salinas.
It looks like Sebastian Marin, George Ramirez, number 11, Adrian Salinas, number 24, Richard Lara, the quarterback that we talked about.
And number 42, Angel Baez.
And number 32, actually number 42, Angel Baez, stud lineman for East High.
Bulldogs. Number 2, Malik Hall.
Malik Hall gets the start at point guard.
Number 3, Daniel Becker.
Daniel Bedker probably has the best hair that we look out there.
Number 10, Kyrene Smith.
Number 10, Kyron Smith.
Number 21, Andre Fair.
Number 21, Andre Fair.
And number 23, Jason Cantley.
And number 23, Jason Cantley, round off the starting lineup for the Golden Valley Bulldogs.
Well, apparently they probably went with the national anthem for the JV girls game, or earlier, JV boy game, and just got it going. So we're going to go straight into basketball. Looking forward to this. Some old school two-sport athletes out there.
A lot of them.
Again, welcome to KernHighNetwork.com, live exclusive coverage of high school sports here in the Kern High School District. And we are at Golden Valley tonight for varsity boys, then varsity girls basketball. And looking forward to a great night of hoop. Get ready. Here we go. Vance Palm, Kyle Wiley, Javier Valdez. Tip is won by the all-red East High Blades. Oh, there's a nice pass that started off. A high arcer, but it was deflected and hit out there. Great effort by Kieran Smith. Ends up with no contact on the rim or back bar. How about the long bomb to start off? Oh, my goodness.
Man, no hesitation right there. A deep three by number 23, Jason Cantley.
Cantley. Nothing but the bottom of the net from the southpaw. And another long pull. That's just off the target for Marin. Three 3-0, just underway. Shot put up, and it almost went by Malik Hall. And that's going to be a foul, reach from behind.
And I think Angel Baez, you look at, he is an absolute animal in the weight room, from his bench press to his power cleans to you name it. The guy is strong, and I think he's going to be a mismatch with that size underneath. And so I'm just very curious to see how they're going to defend that, if they're going to give him opportunities underneath.
At the line, Baez, as Kyle just mentioned, 6'2", 240.
He's a hoss.
He is a senior. Makes one. So Baez in the books for one. Another long pull, and that looks good. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Fire right now.
He already heard. He said Javier's got 33%. I've got to get going early in this Tony's Pizza deal. Oh, what a nice move.
Yeah, Cantley, see if they get him going. See how East High ends up defending that. They got to figure out where he is because he's pulling without any hesitation.
Andre Fair. Sorry, David Seha.
And he is on fire right now, ladies and gentlemen.
The score is 9-3. There's been 4 shots taken. One was missed by Malik Hall, but the other 3 were made from the grapevine.
Yeah,
or pretty close to Tejon outlets. 3 long threes by JC, and that's Jason Cantley we're talking about. And he looks like Damon Stoudemire. Everything about him got the poise, the shot, and that left-handed trigger is going.
And I'm going to tell you right now, those are hitting nothing but net right there. He is just on fire right now in that zone.
Woo! And Eric Grant calls a quick timeout, if nothing else, just to stop the momentum and stop the blood pumping through Cantley's veins because it is coursing pretty quickly now with 3 long threes. Here's another 3 right here taken by Adrian Salinas. Gets his 3. A lot of contact. No call. Now they're going to have to glue him, and they resort to Sebastian Marin booting the ball out of bounds, anything to keep it out of Cantley's hands. Cantley will take it out at the hash, and they get it into Malik Hall again. Malik with a nice move, gets mugged on the way to the hole, though.
VP, I'm trying to keep up with all this production stuff, but these threes that are coming off right now. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at KHSD Athletics or on Facebook, Kern9 Network, to see all these threes, especially Cantley going crazy right now. And we look at Cantley, he's averaging 7 points a game, and he's already 2 above his average right there. So very, very impressive start.
Hall at the line. Another senior. He's 6'3" and misses both of them. Battle for the basketball down low, and it ends up back in the hands of Andre Fair. And this 3 gets pulled. That almost went, and it gets fought for and taken. And Malik takes another look at it in the corner. That's a 3. Does that go? It does. Daniel Betker. Betker gets his, the junior point guard. It's 12-6.
And 12-6, and we have 5 threes combined by both teams. So
there's a pull. That doesn't go. Long rebound. Seha fighting for it. Lara fighting for it. Ball stopped and tracked. Can they get it? They know they don't, and they lose the handle.
I mean, we got to look at this, VP. I'm looking at Cantley. He's 23% on the season from three-point land, and he's 3 for 3 tonight going on there. So I guess you keep shooting until you start making it. So
Betker penetrates, kicks to the wing. Hall gets into the paint, comes up, has it rejected by Baez. Here come the Blades. Marin comes in. Oh, what a sweet move that was. Sebastian Marin hung on when the ball was knocked almost completely out of his hands. You got to be kidding me. That was a hair too long. Now Jason Cantley looks over at his coach. Coach Gago says, come on now. Run the offense. You'll get yours. Golden Valley 9-17 overall, 2-7 in league, but they're playing like they're 8-0. They're rolling.
Absolutely. And sometimes when you're down and your record's down a little bit, You got nothing to lose. Get your
Absolutely.
shots in. Get as many as you can. I'll tell you what, when he shoots the ball, it looks pretty. But number 11, Adrian Salinas for the East Bakersfield Blades, once he gets his shoulder squared up, he's got a pretty stroke right there, VP.
Foul call on Daniel Betker, his first, team second. Lara. There's a long three right here. That's pulled. That comes up short. Golden Valley looking to run the break. It's Kieran Smith. Has it completely manhandled out there. Here come the Blades. They've got to pass if they want it, and they miss. But the rebound up and in by Sebastian Marin.
Sebastian Marin is a mismatch problem. We've seen guys that are kind of that skinny, wiry type. You know, I think of Ronnie Stapp over there at BHS. They pose mismatch nightmares.
Oh, what a sweet,
Wow.
sweet move out there by Daniel Betker. So Betker has a nice little game as well. 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. It's flying by. Oh, that was a beautiful idea right there. Too bad it didn't turn out on the baseline, but Richard Lara, being the quarterback on the basketball court as well, pulled the defense toward him, dropped the ball in the corner down there. That was sweet. Malik Hall, he's been nothing short of very impressive so far. No points, but distributes perfectly. Let's see if he gets on the board right here. Malik, again, consummate distributor. Throws it cross court. Comes up a hair short on that Kieran Smith three. And Baez with the rebound. Here comes Sebastian Marin.
And they got some athletes, and that's the thing we're looking at is just a bunch of athletes that are playing tough.
I like it.
Hey, they're not afraid to shoot the three. And
Nice defense by Golden Valley. As we saw Salinas come in, he thought he might get a call. He did not. 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Ball comes down low. That's a good feed. And the idea that he's fouled is okay. The bottom line is get the ball down to Andre Fair. 6'1", 200 pounds. He's the equivalent of your post player. Start feeding that post, young fellas, and then everything else will start to open up if you can get it down there.
what about the toughness right there between Fair and Baez?
Of
Playing
course.
against each other. Great matchup right there.
Well,
So
if you want Baez in foul trouble, you've got to put him in foul trouble.
what a nice pass. Be able to get up there. We can definitely see that number 3 for Golden Valley, talking about Daniel Bechter. He's just a junior. Definitely a preeminent point guard. He's got some handles. He's got some skill sets that you definitely want in a point guard right there.
Tell you what, pretty fortunate for East High. Andrew Lopez, number 0, is who they called the foul on. I thought for certain it was going to be on Baez. Betker. He's got some great handles, but he also dribbles high. He's got a high dribble. Now Betker has it at the elbow, decides to pull it back. Betker for 3.
Wow.
Daniel Betker, that's his second 3. He's got 8 points, but they're leaving Marin open. Marin, oh, in and out off the glass, back in again, and then out. Wow. An ankle breaker by Jason Cantley on Adrian Salinas, and now Cantley comes up, lays it up and in. Boy, he's having a Hall of Fame first quarter. Crazy ankle breaker, but they couldn't convert on the shot. Great pass into Baez. Baez up and in, looking for a call, couldn't get it. And with 43.7 seconds remaining, I think we're going to have just a warning on East High. A warning on East High to let the ball go through. I think that's what it is. Yes, it is. So Jason Cantley did some quick action at the top of the key with some dribble. Couldn't make the bucket, but then battles back and gets the layup. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter, 19-12. Cantley down low. Hard toss. Shot put up by Smith. Doesn't get it to go. Big rebound. It comes back out to Betker. Betker pulls it back out. They go down low, then they kick it out. Some great ball movement in there. Couldn't get the shot to go down. Under 20 to go here in this first quarter. 19-12, an action-packed first quarter of basketball.
VP, sometimes I get a little quiet because I'm trying to get these replays up on our social media platform, but
I got it.
Breaking ankles right there. Holy cow.
Marin for a long shot doesn't go. At the end of the buzzer, does he get off? It does. Oh, good-looking shot. Doesn't go at the end of the first quarter. 19-12. Hope you're enjoying all of this. We'll take just a short break here at the end of the first quarter. Bulldogs up over East on KernheimNetwork.com.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Welcome back. Buddy Kyle's just letting these student athletes right below us know that it's KernheimNetwork.com. That's how you get to watch these things. For those of you that are already watching, make sure you let everybody know, KernheimNetwork.com. How about this for a start? 19-12, Golden Valley. 7-point lead as we start the second quarter. Seen a lot of exciting play so far, but 11 points of the 19 are scored by Jason Cantley for the Bulldogs. We see some new players coming in from the Bulldogs. How about Trevon Perry is one of them? A steal by East High School.
Hey.
That's great.
Trying to let them know where to go on Twitter to see some of those replays.
There you go. Love it. A lot of contact. East High wants the call. The coach can't believe it either. And Eric Grant, like, wow, my main guy, my best ball handler, best shooter got knocked over there. Cantley coming hard to the hole, floats one up. Does he get it to go? He does. Everything he is touching has been Midasized.
Cantley, I think, has 13 points right now. If I did my math correctly on their VP, he's having the game of his life. So, I mean, he's doubled up on the amount of points that he's averaged right there as a timeout's called by East High.
Well, Coach Grant's going to call a timeout. I think he, as much as he wants to stop the scoring, I think he may want to just peek over there and chat with the ref real quick, but you never know. Hey, Kyle, how about if you do this? Hey, fellas. Kyle's trying to get like 5 or 6 student athletes' attention in a gym full of 600 people by just waving his hand behind them with their back to him. Bro.
Yeah, that's it. I got to do that.
I want to be. Here's the thing. Everybody knows. Everybody knows us. Everybody knows our gig.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, man? I brought Bo Whetstone over here with no warning and gave him like a 10-question firing squad. He answered all of them. Hey, gives us a great opportunity to talk about tomorrow night. Liberty High School at Bo Redstone Land, BHS.
Yeah, you know, VP, last year we covered just one of the classic games that's forever going to stand out. We covered a few football, a few basketball, but I would say the preeminent basketball game is BHS Liberty last year that we saw. We saw a lot of great Ridgeview last year, you know, with McCall and with Roberts doing their thing. But I tell you what, I mean, 2 games stand out to me last year was Ridgeview West High when Austin Contreras was going crazy. But last year, Anais Medrano, the third quarter that he had, and just the down-to-the-wire game with the X factor and with all that going in.
Shane Jones
getting hurt. I mean, it was just a crazy, crazy game. But you know that number 5 right down there, that's Carl Jones as he's entered into the game for the Golden Valley Bulldogs. See if they use his athleticism.
So Jones wearing number 5, not number 1. Wow. Hard to the bucket. Jones with the putback doesn't go. Let me make my correction here.
I will say this. You know, Golden Valley's 9-17, 2-7 in league, but Bedker is one of those talents that, you know, coming into tonight, you kind of heard about him a little bit, but watching him in person, he's left and right, and he's got some handles on him. But it is a guard-heavy town right now, VP. You and I talk about that often, but
Long shot gets put up by Arturo Chavez. That doesn't go. So it's Carl Jones, the all-everything running back for Golden Valley. He's out running the point guard now. How about this? Jason
Great
Cantley,
pass.
what a dish. Oh, he would have had one assist on his book as well tonight already. He's got 13 points.
Talk about Carl Jones' athleticism. We selected him on our Kern High Network Football Utility Player of the Year because what he did offensively, defensively, steals. You see it right now. He, on cue.
Cantley shows ball for a second. Everybody has to respect that, but he turns the ball over. That up-front pressure by East is impressive. And here's Lara. Lara kicks it all the way back over to Marin. Marin looking to score always. Salinas back out.
I like Lara's game. Just very headsy, very just good IQ, good awareness of what's around him.
Marin with a good pull, just didn't go. 5:10 remaining here in this first half. Betker has got some serious handles, and he gets the bucket.
Two guys having the game of their lives, Betker, and you're looking at Cantley.
Betker gets called for his second foul. And into the ball game for Betker is going to be Tommy Rodriguez. (23-12). Golden Valley up 11 right now. At home, hosting the Blades in a doubleheader. The girls varsity right after this. And Marin pulls the trigger with somebody right in his face. Oh, goodness. He had Dustin Doyle right in his grill, and he just pulled it up and over for a three. Nice shot.
Yeah. He gets up high. He's just that mismatch where he's just got that length on him that makes him very tough.
To the hole. Strong move by Israel Rivas. Can't finish. Here come the Blades. Oh, nice give and go. Great save, actually. Can East High? Oh, there's a good pass. That's what we're looking for right there. And a nice bucket. East with 4 or 5 passes, and that's what gets him the bucket. Jones back over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez comes in, a lot of contact, no call, rebound, Blades. Here comes Lara down the far side. Surveying, looking, stops, wants to pull, will pull. Back of the rim, doesn't go, rebound Blades. 3.5 to go here. Another long pull, doesn't go, rattles in and out from Marin. 3:20 remaining in this first half. Oh, beautiful give and go. They'll call a foul from the backside, but some nice work by Dustin Doyle. Breaking guys down, dishes off, and that bucket should have been made by Rivas. He knows it, everybody knows it, but there was a foul called from behind. 3:14 remains here in this first half. And Israel Rivas, 6'3", 206-pound junior, makes the first. And I'm just going to pretend like I said that this first half is going really fast. I just pretended. I pretended it.
Cantley's gone pretty quiet from the three-point line as he got off to that scorching 3 start. Let's see if he's able to get another one.
Well, you either have to go to volume 11 all night or you do cool down.
Yeah.
Jones. Oh, what a bucket by CJ.
Just super athlete right there, ladies and gentlemen. Probably one of the best in town right there as far as pure athleticism.
Great ball movement by the Blades, and it pays off. What a nice stroke by Arturo Chavez. And we saw him pull one earlier tonight, rattled in and out, but the senior, 5'8", 180, he just dropped that right in. Oh, here's a pick right here. What a steal by Lara. Lara, hard to the bucket, up off the glass, gets it to go. Richard Lara. Here come the Blades. They trail by 4. Cantley. Puts it back in Malik Hall's hands. How much longer will Daniel Betker stay on the bench?
Only had 2 fouls. I'm surprised he's out this long. So
Hall comes up, battles for the board, and it's going to be Rivas that picks it up, throws it back out to Cantley. That's some nice ball movement right there. Malik Hall with a wide open look. He has to take it. Didn't get the hard work by Rivas down low. Bad bounce, ends up in Marin's hands. Whew.
fast pace, huh?
East trails by 4. It's the closest they've been in a while. 1:40 to go in this first half. They start high. They feed it. Back out in the hands of Salinas. Oh, man. And Chavez, for his first 2 shots looking so good, he pulled up way short on that. And now we're going to see Andre Fair back into the game.
One thing we could say, VP, is no team is scared of shooting the ball tonight, man. We're getting tons of shots, wide variety of different ways, seeing tons of athletes out there. This is a fun game that we're watching right now.
That's a nice pass to Jones. And he shoots long over the rim.
And I don't know if that's the shot that Golden Valley wants to have. Carl Jones is a super athlete, but I don't think he's the most gifted three-point shooter that we see out there. Plays pretty good defense.
Marin over to an unnamed number 2. Nice shot, number 2.
And we're going to get all these names updated for you as we get going out there. We have number 2 and number 10. So
Jones. Oh, that was sweet looking. And Coach Grant wanted to travel. No, that was legal, but he missed it. And that's a hard reach right there by Carl Jones, so he'll pick up his first foul. 26-25 with a half a minute to go here in the first half. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Kyle Wiley and Javier Valdez. Pleasure to have you all with us here on KernHighNetwork.com. Salinas, content with dribbling up high, comes across the top, and he's going to get fouled. And the Bulldogs pick up a foul with Malik Hall reaching around.
You know, VP, I don't mind that, especially when they're not in the bonus yet. He was beat defensively, was able to take the foul, not give him the easy bucket. So I know, towards the end of the half, but when you're not in the bonus and you have a foul to give.
Only thing it does, though, Kyle, is stop the clock. And just as I say it, they get a chance to run a set play, and that's exactly what I was going to say. And get this, they get the lead with that three-point play.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Only thing is, now you let these sharpshooters from East get a set play underneath the basket, and it pays off. Wow, what a great first half of basketball.
Excellent first half.
28-26. East had never led until the last second of the first half shot. Reminds me of Highland High School and South the other night. South hadn't led the whole night until the last shot of the first half. Oh, what a fun game we've got going here on KernHighNetwork.com. East with a 2-point lead. We're at Golden Valley, and after this game, the ladies will play right afterwards. We'll take a quick break here and be back in a few minutes.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
We're learning a lot about how mobile apps are made, the programming and coding that goes into it, along with the time and effort. Along with that is also the entrepreneurship of the class, learning how to run our own business.
We're also learning basic marketing skills, people skills, graphic design, and social media marketing so that they can freelance, they can work on their own, they can apply for a job, they can go to BC or Cal State or any other university who offers programs that are specific within the mobile app development concentration or business concentration.
With my future and career, I do plan on being somewhat of an entrepreneur, owning my own business, sort of a clothing brand line. And so this will definitely help me out with possibly an app for my company, and the entrepreneur part helping me be able to run my business as smoothly as I can make it go.
Right now we're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. What the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
Hi, everybody. Vance Palm, Kyle Wiley, and Javier Valdez for the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school basketball tonight here in Kern County. Pleasure to have you all with us. Fun first half of the basketball. We're at Golden Valley, the boys varsity game, the opening game of a doubleheader tonight. The girls' game will be right after this. The officials did a nice job that first half, and they were over there conferring and actually discussing that first half. I'll tell you what, they only got into, they never got to the bonus. They never got into the bonus. These guys are letting them play, which I just love it. They're playing clean basketball. It started off with Jason Cantley saying, hey, if it's me against the whole Eastside team, I'm good. How about the first 3 bombs I throw up? I'll make it. And then Coach Grant calls a quick timeout and says, hey, that can't happen all night long.
Yeah.
Golden Valley stays in the lead. They move the ball around. You've got, Daniel Betker breaking ankles, Malik Hall distributing. They do a really nice job. But then at the end of the first half, Sebastian Marin drains a 3 from the far corner, and it ends up being 28-26 at the end of the first half. What are your thoughts on that first 16 minutes?
Well, you hit it right on the button right there. At the very end of the half, East High collectively just started coming back. I really like Richard Lara's game, and he may not get all the points, but he is setting people up. He's doing a good job of distributing the ball, seeing the floor. But as you talked about it, Sebastian Marin hit some just tough threes. We highlight the end of the first half where he hit that wide open three-pointer, but, man, he was hitting some right in the face of those Golden Valley defenders, and they got right back into this game. But, I'm with you, VP. I thought Betker, he sat out because he had 2 fouls, but I think he sat out a little too long where I think they could have brought him back in there. I think coaches have hesitation. They want to save those 3 fouls for the second half, but I'm of the thing that if you get to 3 fouls, then you start worrying about that a little bit more. But nonetheless, Coach Gago probably saw something that, he just wanted to conserve his player. But, man, holy cow, it's what a first half by Jason Cantley. 3 threes in the first minute or 2. And then all of a sudden, he didn't have any more threes the rest of the game. He has 14 points, and he's his average is about 7 points per game. But and pretty impressive if they get these guys going. And you look at Cantley the senior, as he's potentially could be looking at maybe a last game. Don't know if Golden Valley's going to go on to playoffs or not, but it's your last game, and these guys are just firing at all will and all costs. So.
Oh, I know it's not his last game.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be playing in our showcase, right? He'll be playing in our All-Star game.
Yeah, if the selections are going to come out to look at that, and I know that Coach Gago will probably put a guy like Cantley up there.
But this will help. A game like this will help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Kyle, before we get too far into this third quarter, we were here 4 nights ago on a Friday night. Tell our audience about that and how they can watch it and what they can do to see that. That was awesome.
Yeah, you want to go to KernHighNetwork.com. Not only do we have, the game of the week and the game that's live, but we also have archive games. And, very fortunate we had the first ever KHSD Girls Showcase for the top wrestlers in town. And VP, we saw some talent. We saw some girls that are going to be doing well at Valley, and then on the 23rd and 24th of February, they're going to be competing in the state championship. So it's exciting that we were able to take part in that.
I was approached by some people that watched it, and they just said, Vance, hats off to the high school district. It wasn't advertised anywhere. Nobody really knew about it. Next thing you know, it comes out with all these great photos from Nick, and you guys covered it so well. Brad Hull is as technically sound and perfect of a commentator.
Absolutely.
He's so good at what he does. So thank you for the comments. I agree. I was very, very moved and proud to be a part of that. So here we go. In this same gym right now, third quarter basketball about to get going here.
Got to give our shout out to Javier, doing a great job with the video work. So.
It's pretty early, Kyle. Hold up on that. We still have another game and a half to start giving out kudos. How about this? Oh, man, a long pull from Marin. And a battle for it down low, and Salinas actually got the rebound. What's the call?
Kyron Smith got tied up with, I think, Baez underneath. I think there was a jump ball that went on right there. But
wow, Baez picks up his foul in the most inauspicious ways. Bad pass. Saved in there. Betker back in. Gets it. Battle for it. East High.
Got to get it up to Betker. He is as scrappy as they come, and he sticks his nose right in there. So both teams are coming out with.
Oh, goodness. And Angel Baez was going to, a lot of times those big fellas, they get pulled up to the top in that lighthouse offense, and they give them the ball just to relieve the pressure, and they give it right back, right? Well, Baez was going to give it right back, but his guard took off for a cut, and the ball just floats out of bounds. Sorry to interrupt, but I just had a big vowel sound come out of my mouth.
Well, it looks like both these teams are coming out in kind of you see East High in a 1-3-1, and you see Golden Valley coming out in like a 3-2 type defense.
Look at the work down low. Look at the work down low by Cantley. And he couldn't convert for a young man that couldn't miss early in this deal. Oh, Laura. You're right, Kyle. There's a lot of talent in here tonight. Ton of it.
Just a lot of athleticism where these guys can get out here and just have fun with it.
Great defense out there. Cantley with the block. Big foul down low as Baez.
I like Baez's game. He's got a little. He's not a bull in a china shop that you sometimes see with these big guys, but I like the hesitation right there. Get him up in the air, and I think he knew all along he's going to go to the line, so he just took his time, make sure he gets to the line, and he's got to hit his free throws.
Makes the first. Yeah, you're right. Very calm down low. Doesn't get rattled. Takes his time. He's a senior, 6'2", 240. Strokes it. 30-26. East up 4 now. Early part of the third quarter.
In this 1-3-1, you got to have the backside post guy. Wow.
Becker drops it in, and it does the Charles Atlas muscle pose. Daniel Betker.
Just a junior. How many junior guards in this town do we have, VP?
A lot. They get the ball down to Baez. Not a good pass. Forced it in, and Cantley. Bad pass again, stolen by Lara. Give it off quickly to Ramirez. Ramirez wants to go to work, floats it down into Baez. Baez double teamed. Who can he find? He finds Lara. That should go. Oh, rattles in and out.
Lara's had a few missed opportunities right there, but he definitely is the distributor and the athlete.
Cantley.
What a game for Cantley. As Golden Valley does take the lead, that gives them up to 16 points for tonight.
The front runner right now, if they can pull it off, Jason Cantley for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. Only the front runner because a lot of basketball left. Another feed down to Baez, and you can obviously see what Coach Grant's trying to do. They want to get the ball to the big foul. Let's stretch this defense out a little bit. Lara kicks it off. There's a great pass. Does that go? Rattles in and out. Rebound. Lara down low. Pulls it back. Look out. Put that ball on the floor. You're in trouble. That'll be a foul on Cantley, though. And that's Cantley's second foul. 31-30. Bulldogs back up by 1. Fun basketball game. And to think this is the opener for the doubleheader against with two great varsity girls teams here in the Valley.
Great ball movement by the East High Blades.
Oh, goodness. Coach Goggle can't believe that wasn't a walk. And then what's that? They call 3 seconds on the big fella. There was some really disjointed offensive set there. And sure enough, the big guy was caught down on the keep too long.
But I think it started out with some great ball movement. And then all of a sudden it hit a standstill when it hit the key. And just everyone just kind of lost the momentum.
Right. 31-30, Golden Valley, the home team in all white, up by 1 with 4:20. Oh, look at this. Could be a steal, and it is a steal. And, hey, everybody, we're talking about Andy Zamora brought up from the JV team. There are 2 East High Blades that have been brought up from the JV team. One is Andy Zamora. The other is Jackson Phillips. They've both seen court time. And that was a nice steal to give them a lead again. Bad pass, second bad pass. And now it's Marin that has it out front. Marin floats it up and gets that to go. Wow. That looked like Pistol Pete. A floater down the middle of the key in the center. Didn't even use the backboard.
He's just got that length and he's got that control that you really like to see in there. And I just like his game a lot. He's got to be about 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, Malik Hall drops a 3.
What a back and forth game we're seeing right here, VP. But back to Marin, you see his length right now. He's just kind of a mismatch, and he's a little bit more athletic than I think people want to think. So
yeah, I think if you're Coach Grant, you might want to get Marin posting up down low. Oh, strong move by Laura. You know what I'm saying, Kyle? If
yeah,
you've got Marin, Marin's got about 7 inches on Smith. As Zamora guards Smith on defense. Malik. Up, and it goes. That's got to count. Does it count? Did it go? What's the call? Ooh, well, I will go so far as to say that was absolutely in the motion of the shot. They say no dice, so what a bucket.
Tough bucket you look right
Tweet
here.
it anyway. That was sweet. High off the glass, man. Well, another long shot goes up. That one was by Doyle. That doesn't go, but Cantley down there to gather the rebound.
Cantley's looking to pull the
trigger.
trigger.
Are you kidding me? When you start off 3 for 3 from three-point land to start the game, Doyle with the shot. Oh, my goodness. 36 apiece.
The confidence that both of these teams are playing with right now is pretty amazing. So,
oh, what effort by Salinas. He knew his shot was off. He could tell it when he let go of it, so he just followed it in and batted it out of the hands of the Golden Valley Bulldogs. We're tied at 36 with 2:10 to go here in this third quarter. Laura, great pass. Oh, my goodness. Would have been a great give and go, but unfortunately, Baez stopped running. You got to keep going, big fella. That was your ball. Battle for it down low, and that's a good call by the official. Although Richard Laura was trying to make an effort on a loose ball, Cantley had the beat on it. So I really like what I'm seeing tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, great athleticism on both ends.
Clean.
And they're playing with confidence. You know, I think both teams, they've been kind of down record-wise, but they're just playing without a care. Both evenly matched teams. It's just both similar teams. So
you've got Sebastian Marin, a senior. What's his story? What's he going to do?
Yeah.
Hall.
I like his game.
And that should be an offensive foul because Sebastian Marin was sitting there waiting for it. That's 3 on Malik. Don't know what Coach Goggo's going to do. 36 apiece with 1:49 in the third quarter. He's going to let him play. Laura back over to Marin. Marin too long on it, but Angel Baez grabs the rebound, but then it's taken by Malik. 1-on-3. Malik's got to pull it back. They've got Doyle all the way across court. They find him. Doyle to the baseline. Passes it back. Oh, a great defense by Salinas, but it still ended up in Cantley's hands.
I think you and I think every time he shoots that's going to swish through. So
Cantley battling for it. Doyle, an unlucky foul called on Andy Zamora. He happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the foul is legit, but all that hard work, and he gets called for the foul. 36 apiece, a baseline inbounds when we come back from a timeout. I think it's going to be taken. Oh, no, they give the coach the old coach's box warning. So Coach Grant's been given the coach's box warning. That's such a malleable, mercurial call, isn't it?
Especially when he's on the opposite end of the floor and he's got to be able to communicate with the officials. That's a tough one.
Cantley misses from point-blank range. Now Laura has it, throws it back over to Marin. Under a minute to go here. We're tied at 36 in the third quarter. Boy, what an opening act for our doubleheader tonight. Laura to the bucket and tried to pass it off, and now it's lost again. Marin is going to have it. Samora, the JV player, said, hey, I want to pull here on the varsity team. Laura to Baez. Oh, that's smart. And he goes up hard, and Angel Baez will go to the line again, and that might be Malik's.
Yeah.
Well, who's it going to be? Okay, they give it to Andre Fair, so Fair picks up his first. That would have been Malik's fourth. 34.9 seconds remains here in this third quarter. And if there's anybody out there that thinks I'm trying to be like Harry Callis, the voice of the NFL, no, I'm losing my voice, and you probably heard a few coughs and sniffles along the way. Kyle got me sick one of these nights.
We had our fifth straight night. You know, we didn't have school on Monday, but this is our fifth straight work day where we've live streamed, and we're going to continue tomorrow. So we're on the grind right now, VP.
Hey, and my buddy Bo Redstone and I had the opportunity to go up and call a game up in the Northern California area, and we had some Foothill High Trojans playing, and it was nice to see a local kid get his name called up there in that track meet. Hard shot up off the glass, didn't go. Rebound, it'll be a possession arrow, and that will go to Golden Valley. So 19 and a half seconds.
You know, VP, every time we look at here, around the ball is Mr. Cantley. He's around the ball every time. So he may not be making shots, but he's still getting those offensive rebounds and getting some of his hands on the ball. So
good eye, Kyle. Bulldogs feed it high. A lot of time left, 8 seconds on the shot clock or the game clock. Hall comes in, floats one up off the glass. What a beautiful shot, and he knew it. He coasted to the baseline saying, I've tied this up at 38 at the end of 3. Back with the exciting fourth quarter. Don't miss anything here on KernHighNetwork.com. What do you think, Kyle?
I think this is going to come down to the wire. I mean, we've seen it just go back and forth all night. But first, we got to give a shout-out to the Golden Valley administration, led by Paul Hellman. You got Jerry Antoine and Erica Pierce as the assistant principals. You got Valerie Black as the activity director, and the athletic director, Robert Haskell. Probably gives us one of the best setups we can get anywhere at any of our broadcasts. At East High, you got Leo Holland leading the way as the principal. And you got John Rose and Pam Crane as assistant principals. You got Shannon Barnes as the activity director, and you got Ken Chapman as the athletic director out there at East High.
Thank you, everybody.
Great game going on right here, though, VP.
Fourth quarter action. We're started tied at 38. Will it stay tied for long? Doubt it. The way these two teams have been filling it up, doubt it.
I like Cantley's game. I like those lefties, those Nick Van Exel types, those Damon Stoudemire's you talked about. Probably a little before these guys' times to look at here.
They're thinking Isaiah Thomas now.
Yeah, absolutely. Or Dragic out there in Miami, you know, these lefties, but love watching that.
Shot gets put up by Betker, doesn't go. Rebound East. They hassle him enough to get it back, and now Betker's going to clear it right out in front of his coach.
Man, I like Becker's game. Just super handles and just plays with the swagger.
That's a travel. They got him. And a little bit of happy feet out there by Dustin Doyle. And Dustin works so hard. He works so hard on defense. He works to get open, likes to create on offense. And he was looking for Carl Jones in the corner, but traveled.
Yeah, and Carl, you know, they're bringing in this second unit, but Coach Gago eventually has got to bring in his guns out there so that he can, you know, finish this game off.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. Wow. Oh, the official is saying that Angel Baez threw an elbow, and when Angel asked what the foul was, he showed him the elbow, and in showing it, he almost inadvertently hit Angel in the jaw, like this. That's how you did it. Ow.
Oh, that's a tough call for me. Just it's such a different game than even when I played, and I wasn't 80s, I was in the 90s and all that stuff, but just the physical nature and physical play is pretty much gone.
Cantley trying to find the magic again from the first minute of play tonight. Couldn't get that 3 to drop, and we're still tied at 38. Wow, I guess it will stay tied for a bit.
Yeah.
I thought at the beginning of the fourth quarter it was going to open up here still, but still tied at 38. The long ball again gets put up by Betker. No dice.
Jackson Phillips is a decent little piece for the East High Blades as he gets another rebound in there. Just a sophomore right now, and so he was on varsity this year for football, so he's definitely a super athlete out there for the Blades.
Another long shot gets put up by Marin, no good. All of a sudden, an Arctic chill has come over the Golden Valley Gym. Even the layup missed by Cantley.
Cantley's got about 7 or 8 rebounds, so he's got 16 points, 7, 8 rebounds. Playing tough, always around the ball.
More miscommunication on what was thought to be a backdoor. Sebastian Marin was going to try to use Angel Baez as a screen to go backdoor, but unfortunately Salinas had already let the ball loose out of his hands. Hall comes up, throws it up. Hey, Malik Hall. Boy, could Malik Hall be the dark horse in this deal tonight?
Yeah, he's had a really good game,
yep.
Just distributing the ball, and he's had probably he scored the last 4 points for Golden Valley. It's just some tough buckets.
Well, we call his name, and he just picks up his 4th foul. Oh, goodness, Malik. He went in for the reach with 5:22 to go. I think that's his 4th.
Yeah, I think the bench just let him know, too.
Oh, boy.
I try to look at the official book and see what they indicate to the coach, and he's got 4 fouls according to the official book. He's the difference maker on that team.
We were just talking about him.
He's the cog that makes them go, distributing the ball and doing all that. So
and you young players out there, you got to know when to foul and most definitely when not to foul. And when you're a star player and you are a difference maker in a tight ball game, to come way out here past the hash mark and reach in. I love the kid, but can't make that foul.
And what does Adrian Salinas do? He goes right after him. He has to let him go and get the easy layup because you don't want to be called for something with 5 minutes left to go in the game.
I mean, if you're Coach Grant, as Malik misses that layup, if you're Coach Grant, you post him up.
You go right at him.
And now we're going to get a timeout by Coach Grant. Well, not trying to sound too smart here, but maybe, just possibly, they might go and say, okay, one of their best players has 4 fouls. We're going to switch this offense up a little bit. 40-38 is the score. I'm Vance Palm, joined by Kyle Wiley and Javier Valdez. Javier is grinding it over there because now he's thinking, oh, man, I've got to help pick a Tony's Pizza player of the game. Let's talk about Kern Schools Federal Credit Union and what they mean to us. The United States Army, PAV Solar and Communication, Premier Lighting, Raymond's Trophies, and, of course, Tony's Pizza. What great sponsors we have, Kyle.
Yeah, we have great sponsors. Kern Schools upped again to really help our live stream efforts. They're huge, as well as the United States Army really kicked in tremendously. Those two right there as well really carried us, got us positive momentum all throughout the year. So it's been a really good thing to partner with those, especially Kern Schools. They seem to be supportive of a number of schools, and it's hometown sports. It's all of that. They really care about high school students and what they do.
The United States Army, heavily involved. PAV Solar and Communications and Premier Lighting picked up the phone on the first ring 2 years ago and said, we're in. Raymond's Trophies. How do you have anything in this town without Raymond's Trophy involved? And then Tony's Pizza. Tony, I went to him early in the deal and said, how about giving out the Player of the Game award? And now Kyle goes to the High School of the Winter with a pizza box, a gift certificate, and a T-shirt. And you got a lot of work this Thursday, a lot of schools to cover.
Yeah, we've had a lot of games. I haven't been able to make it out because I'm getting ready for each broadcast. So
there you go.
I got to get out there and make my deliveries.
Here we go. Bulldogs of Golden Valley up by 2, 40-38.
Got a big B right in front of our camera right here. I hope they get it out of the way.
Marin picked up the dribble, and now, a great play as Becker goes to the hole. Nice play by Jackson Phillips to come in and make sure that layup was contested. What's the call? I think they need to put the shot clock. It should be at least in the 30s, at least.
And I think they're trying to fix that right now.
Oh, that's right. I'm doing high school tonight.
Yeah.
I forgot it is 30. No, it's 35. You're right. It should be 35, and they put it back. Okay. Regardless of all that, bucket made by Golden Valley, and it was put in there by Israel Rivas. He gets 2.
And this is where the defensive clamps really come up for Golden Valley because they want to maintain this 4-point lead. But this is where East High has got to make some buckets and get them.
And that's a good call. I didn't think he'd make it, and I was going to be okay either way with it. But they make the call on Carl Jones. He hammered Baez down there. Could have been all ball, but I doubt it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think this is a critical point where East High's got to start making some buckets, and they start to press a little bit, but Golden Valley's really got to clamp down defensively and make sure they don't get those easy points.
Oh, what a great pass into Jackson Phillips, and Jackson Phillips, that's his 4th point of the night. And the JV call-up doing some work for Coach Grant. 42-40. Oh, and goodness gracious, Malik trying to make a move, and the ball rolled right by his coach's feet out of bounds. That's a bad place to mess up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
At the feet of your coach.
Well, I think the coach knows the consistency of his game and understands that if that happens in the game, but such at a costly time, maintaining just a one-possession game.
Chavez back in. He's a sharpshooter if he can get open. He's got Malik on him. Baez up. Big contact, doesn't matter. The putback. Again, Jackson Phillips with the putback. And he's got 6 points, 6 loud points.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds at critical times. He's working hard, so.
Missed layup by Cantley, and it's going to be a foul on Golden Valley. And that foul is going to be on Betker. Betker picks up his 3rd foul. Got some confusion here because Israel Rivas came off the floor.
Looks like we have a bonus situation going on, too, for East High.
Okay, at the line is Arturo Chavez, and if we can base anything off his jumper, that's good.
Yeah,
and it is. And so, you know, you've got Malik Hall guarding Arturo Chavez, who's about to shoot right here. Malik's got 4 fouls, so you may want to put Chavez down there on the block. Oh, goodness, that ball almost got thrown away again. Careful, Golden Valley.
Chavez has that nice stroke like Rivera we saw at Highland the other night.
Reminds me a lot of him. Hall being guarded by Salinas.
Ooh.
So Malik Hall with 4 fouls.
That was decent defense right there by Jackson Phillips and able to slow that down. They did have a foul to give, and now the next foul by the East High Blades will put everyone in the one-on-one bonus for a little bit. But great little minutes right there by Arturo Chavez. He goes out, and Marin comes back in, but you got to put your super athlete out there.
Betker.
Wow.
Floats one, and that's a foul, and it goes. And that is a foul by Angel Baez, and there's no way he's going to talk anybody out of it. He was off his feet when he committed the foul. But a big bucket by Daniel Betker, and Betker now really working to get this win, and oh goodness, a technical foul. Ay. Angel Baez called for a 3 and a T. And unfortunately, the bad part about it was a real obvious foul. He was in the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was off of his feet. And I'm sure Coach Grant is just having a word with him as we see Betker knock the first in. Like, hey, look, the foul call was made. It was made. Live with it. Go with it. Now what's happening is far more costly than just one foul call. And Angels played so well tonight.
Because it's going to be 3 free throws right here, 2 on the technical, and then 1 on the and 1. So these are huge points, right? These are 3 free points that we're looking at potentially as he missed that one. But, 2 free points right there.
And Betker has 17 now.
Betker, I'm telling you what, he has made some miraculous plays. His handles I mean, it's going to be tough, this Tony's Pizza we're looking at.
Well, it's not over. East High may win it too, 46-44. Now Betker in trouble, throws the ball away. It's stolen by Lara, put in the hand of Marin.
Lara's court awareness is amazing all night. We've talked about that, but he was in the right place right there to get just in the right place where he's able to pick it off right there. And Betker, I thought was going to make a nice pass right there, but Lara was in the right place at the right time.
Andre Fair commits the foul to put Richard Lara on the line. Lara, a junior.
Fun watching him play football this last year. He does a
Sure
pretty
was.
spectacular job. Great game against Highland that you called, VP, so that came down to the wire right there.
Makes the first. And the second. We're tied at 46 with 2:26 to go in the fourth quarter. First game of a doubleheader. Girls varsity right after this. Two of the top teams in the Valley playing next. And for as talented as Betker is, sometimes he can be a little reckless with that basketball. And right now, with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 46.
It's tough for your coach Gago. You've had Betker and you've had Hall turn the ball over right in front of your bench, especially as time's winding down.
Oh, what a bucket by Adrian Salinas. And he has been quiet tonight as far as points, but he certainly plays a role on this East High Blades team, and that senior just made a big bucket off the glass, and what a huge confidence builder going into the last minute 40. And another big score by Malik Hall. We're tied at 48. Ball comes down low. Lara. Boom. Three-pointer, good.
Big three. He hadn't hit a whole lot tonight, and that's a big three right there for Lara.
Betker pulls it back, looking for help, hands it off to Cantley. How apropos would it be for Cantley to hit? Oh, goodness. East High, everybody in the bench looking for a call. And they call a 3-second call.
They've called it already earlier in this game, so we got to look at it. 1 minute to go in this exciting game.
Okay, Marin and Lara, what two better players would you like to have breaking that press, man? They are nice.
Especially Lara. You got the QB right there that's able to throw a rocket down there, on point, on accuracy.
Calm players. They're just calm, cool, and collected, way more than I am.
Yeah,
51.7 seconds remains in this fourth quarter. It's 51-48, the visiting East High Blades. Ooh, what a comeback. And then they lose the lead. Then they come back. Then they lose the lead. Now they're back in it again. And some costly turnovers by the Golden Valley Bulldogs. But I like both these teams a lot, man. What a great choice calling these games tonight, Kyle. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a fun one. Definite displays of athleticism on here. And that's one thing we want to do at the Kern High Network. VP, you and I are in one accord with this is we want all students to be represented because – you know, sometimes teams with the records may get the pub, but we know that there are a lot of different student athletes out there that deserve their moment in the sun and all that stuff. So I'm excited that we're able to cover a game like this.
Hey, you made the trek out to God's country this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And to Kern Valley out this year.
That's right. You went fly fishing and went to some local pubs up there in Kern Valley. I got you. I know you're
No, we don't go to pubs in the Kern High School district.
Here we go. Time to get serious. Oh, a big block down there by Hall and a foul committed by East High School. So after the timeout, Coach Grant couldn't be more frustrated. He calls a 30-second timeout, draws up the play, and you see him walk back to the bench and look at his assistant coaches and say, wow.
That's not how we drew it up.
I've had better timeouts in the checkout line waiting for my groceries. That was rough. Called a timeout. They turned the ball over and then fouled. Oh, and a missed free throw by Betker. So under a minute to go here. Now Lara has it. He's trapped, and he breaks the double trap. Who will the foul be on? If that's Betker, that's his fourth.
And VP, you and I talk about this all the time, the importance of making your free throws.
Sure.
And these are where it's been very key. I don't think a lot of these two teams have missed a lot of free throws, but we see it time and time again in these clutch situations and moments. Every point is crucial and critical.
Well, here's a big one for Lara. Make it a 2-point convert. Oh, he misses. It's still a one-possession ball game. The ball bounces now. Lara has it. What will he do with it?
Good.
He pulls it back out.
Smart.
And will he get fouled? Maybe not. They come down to bring it back out.
Smart.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Taking
now
their
Lara
time.
has it. And the foul is called. The reach is called. So that was a crazy, crazy moment. And that is going to be, I believe, Malik Hall's fifth.
And VP, I'm going to say this. What's even more important is that took 20 seconds off the clock right there. And that is, time is of the essence. And that is a critical blow for Coach Gago right there, as he just saw 20 seconds come off. And
well, I'll tell you what, Kyle, I'm just surprised that Malik went down to the last 23 seconds before picking up his fifth foul. That takes an extraordinary amount of composure to play that hard and not pick up your fifth when he got it so early in the second half. So now, huge opportunity for Richard Lara to make it a two-possession game. Has to make his free throws. He makes the first.
And they're in the double bonus, and the next foul that East High commits on Golden Valley, they're going to put Golden Valley into the double bonus as well.
Misses.
And I think it's a timeout, Golden Valley.
Golden Valley timeout. And the one thing I'll tell you is Coach Gago would have preferred that they get across half court with it.
Yep.
So 52-48 with 21 and a half seconds left here. So Lara did make one. He made one to make it a two-possession game, but he missed two of his last three. 52-48. This has been an absolute barn burner. What a blast to watch coming up after this. Exciting girls game between two very highly ranked teams. And the gym is starting to fill up here in a big way. A lot of balloons we see here. And posters for both teams. It's been a great, great night here on KernHighNetwork.com.
So I think everyone on both teams, both teams know that Daniel Bedker is going to be a focus, as well as Jason Cantley. But you got to see if Kyron Smith can really step up. Those, I think, three, they want to make sure they got to be able to have the ball. And I know that Daniel Bedker is playing off a little bit, but the ball will definitely be in his hands at one point.
Well, they've got him all the way on the other side of the floor. So East with a soft press because they know it's a two-score possession. Oh, gosh, what a bad pass. And Carl Jones can't believe it. He just can't believe he made that pass. Can't believe it. So with 13 seconds to go here, it was already a two-possession situation. And
I'll say this. I know Carl Jones is a spectacular athlete. Never want to knock that. But the best ball handler, I'm going to argue, on the floor is Daniel Bedker, and the ball needs to be in his hands, bringing it up the court. That's what I believe.
Especially on a soft press.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
because he could beat that going across that. So Daniel Bedker can't drop off. I know they probably want him to shoot, but he can create his own shot. So I think the ball needs to be in his hands.
Jackson Phillips, the JV player that's just been called up, missed both. Big rebound. Here comes Golden Valley. This game is not over yet. Cantley stops. Cantley launches from downtown, comes up short. Smith with the rebound. Smith goes up. He shoots. He can't get it to go. And East High with the win. East High with the win on a very, very good basketball game. And what a win for the Blades. They come into hostile territory here as the gym is filling up for the girls' game. Wow, that was a big, big win for East High School.
Boys and girls senior parents, please report to me at the storage table.
And let's take a quick note at some of these statistics here. Malik Hall had 11 for Golden Valley. 19 for Bedker. 15 for Cantley. We thought he was going to have 40 when the game started. But then you go over to Golden Valley, over to East High School, and the leading scorer, Sebastian Marin, has 11 points, and followed behind him is Richard Lara with only 10 points, but they spread the love around with all of these different players, and they end up with a big win. Before we get into our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game, your thoughts on this great contest we just watched?
I mean, it was a great game, and Golden Valley definitely has some players, has some talent out there, but I just was impressed by the resolve of East High, that they're able to hang in there, and it was a collective effort. I think a true team win, more than just a few individuals that get out there. Yeah, Marin had a great game and others, but a lot of people kind of know their role and what's expected of them, and there's a maturity of some of the players on East High that really to bring calm and resolve to the team in the midst of some of the chaos that you see.
The composure.
Yeah.
That last little set here where they rattled off 20 seconds right there, they had 5 opportunities to have a turnover. They could have committed a turnover 5 different times. They kept their feet down. They kept their dribble going. So hats off to Golden Valley for a great effort, and they at many times had an opportunity to win this, but how about bigger hats off to the East High Blades with a win, 52-48. Now we have the girls' game coming up. It's senior night. They're getting ready for that, but we have an opportunity now to award our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game, and he's been waiting for this moment all night long. Let's bring him, our cameraman extraordinaire, our magazine creator, the real JV of our squad. Okay, Javier.
Before we bring it up there, get your mic up a little bit closer so we can hear it. There we go.
Okay, so Javier, your first ever input for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. Your thoughts, Javier?
Well, I'm trying to figure out if we have to pick someone from the winning team or not.
We would be inclined to do so, yes.
Okay, yeah, because I felt like Golden Valley was gonna take the win at first, and then throughout it, Justice came up, and I'm not too sure.
I got a roster right here for you, big fella.
I know there was Laura and Sebastian who just did really good, and I think I'm gonna have to go with Sebastian.
So you're going first out, Sebastian Marin, 11 points, leading scorer for East High School, and trust me, JB, that's not a bad choice at all. Yes, we are inclined to give the winning team, although it always begs the question. We've seen many times where players on the losing team are dominant, but we'd like to go with that victorious vibe.
That's a great pick right there.
Okay, so Kyle, he goes with Sebastian Marin. Your thoughts on Tony's Pizza Player of the Game?
And I'm going to tell you this, Javi, you and I really matched up well, because I really thought it's coming down to either Sebastian or Richard Lara. However, I'm going to steer away from that, and I'm actually going to go with Richard Lara as my Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. He didn't have all the points. He didn't have, the kind of visually appealing stats that you see on there, but VP, you kind of stole my thunder early on. That 20-second runoff right there was because you had a quarterback on the floor who had enough heads up, play and moxie that he was able to control the game and ultimately win the game for the East High with that 20-second runoff, and he hit the free throw to get him up 4 points. In clutch situations, the guys rise and shine, and Richard Lara was on the floor. It was a difference for the East High Blades. He gets my vote for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game.
First of all, hats off to Coach Grant for East High School. His big fella, Angel Baez, gets a technical foul with like 2 minutes left in the game, has to regain the composure of the team, talk to his big guy, make sure that his seniors and his juniors that are handling the ball are all in sync with each other. And as we talked about, no major scoring, barrages by East High. Nobody went off for like 25 or anything like that. Javier picked Sebastian Marin. I'll talk about him for a moment. That's your threat out there. That's the guy. You got to know where Sebastian is at all times, and if he's left open for a split second, as we see a great picture of our senior boys here for Golden Valley getting their shot taken, that's where you have to know. However, having said all of that, senior night on the road at Golden Valley with KernhighNetwork.com here, with the girls' game being played after you and the gym filling up. Your buddy, the center, gets his technical foul. You've got all these talented athletes from Golden Valley. You need more than just that threat of a Sebastian Marin out there to win a game. You need to have the cool